Welcome to the Lodge. You've accessed
the Lodgecast experience.
Warning, warning, dangerous spoilers ahead. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the first of potentially many Hot Takes, Lodgecast Hot Takes. These are for movies that we know all you lodgers have seen or should have seen, and we're not going to even pretend to talk about the plot because you already know it. We're just going to go into it, let you know what we thought, maybe duke it out a little bit, and then we're going to be out. We get in, we get hot, we get out. So, Bishki's here, Lucas is here, the movie is Ready Player One. What do you guys think? What's going on? What's your hot take?
I think I'm feeling like Lucas was feeling on the text messaging as we started to discuss this and started to get passionate about it. I didn't like it at all.
I second that. I felt it was all sizzle and no steak.
Now, I think there's some anti-Spielberg stuff going around, especially with people of our generation. They're like, he's going for cheap sentimentality. He's not digging deep for the emotions anymore.
True, all true.
I don't know if there's a little of that. Like, are you guys trying to be cool, or do you really not like it?
Well, I wasn't expecting much. I like Spielberg up to about Jurassic Park Schindler's List, and since then, I have not been much of a fan.
I felt like it was a stew of ingredients that weren't prepared or cooked properly or seasoned
just
or
thrown at us.
They weren't given any flavor at all. It was just like a stone soup. And he thought like, oh, I'll just throw a bunch of IP out there and that'll do all the heavy lifting and work for me. And shockingly, I guess that theory kind of did work, because in the theater I saw at the Burbank 16, people were kind of applauding or clapping and pointing at certain references that made them feel connected and like hip. But like, to me, I just didn't. They had no dramatic purpose or weight. It didn't tie into the story or the characters at all, you know. So it was just really kind of pandering. It really was like a gross, tone deaf, flat, trite, tepid kind of adventure that didn't feel like grounded in any way, shape, or form to anything.
Yeah, I thought it was more like, it wasn't. I mean, it was probably somewhat directed at us.
I think it was directed at people like 3 years older than us.
Okay.
Like, most directly.
I kind of thought it was almost directed at millennials to try to get them into the 80s.
Oh, interesting.
And to try to get them into The Shining and stuff that they haven't experienced yet, because they're, you know.
But here's the thing, like, as I was watching it too, I was like, anybody younger than us are not going to get any of these references, like the lion's share of the references, especially the extended Shining bit, which is like supposed to be catnip for us. Like, it's gonna be a complete swing and a miss. And I like your approach. Well, it is also a calculated, cynical approach, which would be like, we got to get the younger crop into this old IP, that we can make more money.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I don't think younger people give a shit.
No.
You know, like, they're gonna watch the Shining part and either zone out and look at their phones, or be like, yeah, what was the weird part in the hotel? That was boring and weird. And then if someone's like, that's from a film called The Shining, they'll be like, oh, sounds old and boring.
Yeah, it's not a good way to be introduced to it. That's why I was kind of, that scene kind of bothered me, just because I felt it not only desecrated Kubrick's IP, but also taints any kind of cold viewing from a viewer that might not have seen it.
Because they see all the greatest hits.
Right, yeah. It's just
mashed
like,
up and remixed.
It loses its power, you know, in a way. But I just felt tonally it was off. Like, I wasn't quite sure what Spielberg was going for. You know, it should have really been directed by someone, I think, of the 80s, who grew up in that era. You know, someone, I dare say, like a J.J. Abrams or somebody like that, or maybe not J.J. Abrams.
Think Spielberg's too out of touch? Inherently?
He's a little too old, and I felt like you needed a little bit more satirical bite. Like, maybe Edgar Wright should have directed
I definitely wanted
Edgar Wright.
I wanted a
Of,
satire,
yeah.
you know, of the, you know, this pop culture obsessed mashup where there's a dystopian world going on, but then you have the world inside the Oasis, but it's kind of these people that are just obsessed with the Oasis. And Spielberg's not a satirist.
He's not
in
ready
any
for
way.
that. Yeah,
He's-
I was a little worried. Well, I was worried going in. I thought it was going to be really annoying. I was really beat down by it. Just from the trailers, it looked like there was going to be some kind of uprising where it's like, "Will you fight with me?" And I was just already so bored.
No,
But when it started, and there's that kind of like, let's see where this kid lives kind of section where it's kind of going through and showing that everybody's playing with the Oasis, I was really worried because it was super broad and super like just silly, you know?
Yeah.
But as it went on, I don't know if it was because I was so stoned, but I kind of just gave myself over to it and just saw it as different set pieces. You know, like I'd given up trying to feel emotional about it, but the set pieces were done in such a way that as just eye candy and like mindless brain candy, it worked for me on a certain level, on more of a level than I thought it would. I thought the music was very pedestrian.
I felt
that
Alan Silvestri score was out of place.
Completely
right?
out of place.
The score, but also the
felt
music, the songs that they licensed were so basic.
Yeah.
And that always bugs me. Like Stranger Things, like a lot of their music cues, I'm just like, really, guys, really?
The most obvious.
You
and
can
played
dig
out.
a little deeper,
Yeah.
but I also realize that this is Spielberg tentpole, like cusp of summer entertainment.
Right.
So of course Van Halen's Jump is going to be, the
Right.
big thing.
Yeah.
And also I didn't read the book, so I had no connection to the property before that. I was just kind of going in with low expectations, and I was pleasantly surprised. But people be pissed.
Yeah.
And, I get that too, because
Just
it's
too much voiceover, too much exposition, not enough drama, not enough conflict. Everything just kind of happens episodically or contrivedly, and there's no sense of, there's no tension. It's just, it's like a big, beautiful chocolate Easter bunny. It looks amazing and it's tasty, but ultimately hollow and kind of leaves you unsatisfied. After
listen
a
to
while.
that.
Yeah, the plot is generic. It's you get your evil corporation overlord. I thought the
Sure.
villain was silly.
Very
Yeah.
bland.
And it's, Spielberg's humor is just getting lamer as he gets older. I don't know.
Well, I also thought it was dumb that when he finally met the girl that he'd been romancing her avatar, when he met her IRL in real life, we're supposed to be shocked that she has this very light birthmark on her face. Like, we're supposed to be appalled by that, or not appalled, but like we're supposed to be like, oh, can he overcome this? And it's the lightest fucking birthmark. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like,
Yeah.
give her like
Give her
leprosy.
like a Phantom of the Opera
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
I wanted her big,
Yeah.
bigger.
make her a big leper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that might be my own picadillos.
No, but like to kind of riff on that, dramatically speaking, there's a scene where his aunt and uncle are blown up, and then the very next scene, he's like on this rooftop terrace with her, and he's not really reacting to like the death of his family or whatever.
Right.
It's kind of just
Well,
like, this is where you live. This is great. Like, this is super cool. Like, love it.
Yeah, he didn't really like his aunt and uncle anyway, but still, it's
Yeah.
like he lived with them. Like, he'd have a little bit of, he'd be shaken up a little bit. But
And 3D IMAX was a waste. Use your movie pass if you haven't
use
seen
your
it.
movie pass.
No, you've seen it. But
the 3D didn't bring anything spectacular.
and there was
to
no
the table.
IMAX to it. So.
Kind of a divisive movie that seems like it should have been a slam dunk.
Should we give a bone count?
Let's give a bone count, guys. Bishki, what do you got?
1.5 bone.
Ready Player 1.5 bones.
Yeah, I gave it 1 bone just because it felt like a total misfire, a mishandling of all that kind of juicy IP, which could have really paid off if it was set up and paid off properly,
Lucas gives it a stone cold 1 bone. Damn. Well, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed myself, and I'm hovering between 2 and 2.5, guys. But I definitely see where you guys are coming from, and it hasn't aged spectacularly well for me. Like, it was like a piece of candy that was transcendent for a little bit, and then it's gone. Or the chocolate Easter bunny scenario that Lucas pointed out. So I think I'm going to go with 2. I think you guys have successfully harshed my buzz down to a 2 boner. So
That's the hot take.
That's our hot take, guys. Did you feel it? Did you start fanning yourself? Did you feel sizzling?
Did it come at you flying fast and furiously?
Well, we hope it did. And tune in for more hot takes from the Lodgecast. We'll see you later, guys.